Hey y'all, we are here right back in the Brookside Peering House, Inside Track Worlds presented by FloTrack. I'm so excited to be with y'all today, but joined with me, I have Danielle and Nia. Welcome. First time on the show, Danielle.
Thank you. I finally made it out.
You finally made it out. We're going to dive into some preview 400s. We're going to get an Olympian's expertise, so I love it. All right, Nia, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm really good. I'm ready to get started. Let's do it.
I love it. Now, I'm going to dive into first the men's 15, and I'm going to start with our very own Brooks athlete, Josh. We saw reported that it was a calf injury that he suffered, and if you saw any part of the race, you didn't see a DNF, though, which I think is something to say about Josh's grit and determination. But I kind of want to get both of y'all's thoughts about when you watched the race, what was going through your mind?
No, I mean, absolutely heart of a lion. I think to, like you said, sustain a calf injury during a 1500, which is speed, strength, and to keep going.
Yeah.
And it was to watch him cross that line, I think, was probably one of the more emotional moments of the championships, because you could see on his face what he was going through, but there was also that determination to get across the line.
Finishing that race, it was nothing less of admirable. Because likely, I think rightfully so, if that were to happen to anybody, a DNF would be very, very reasonable. But I think it was very important for him to finish that race. He came here, wanted to defend his title, wanted to run this race, made it all the way to this point, had an incredible season. And I think, intentionally, he was like, let me finish this race, regardless of what was happening. We saw a glimpse of him in the mixed zone, and, he was limping pretty badly. And my hopes is that hopefully it was just acute and super painful. I hope it's not as bad as it seemed. But yeah, heart of a champion, heart of a lion, as you guys stated. And it was just one of those races where, it was gut-wrenching. It was gut-wrenching to see that happen. I think that's like the most I can say until we get more information.
Yeah. Now, I want to go into this podium. We have Isaac of Portugal win.
Yeah.
And we talked about this earlier. I don't know what podiums y'all had, but I know the podiums we had. You might have had Jake, but I was like, who was on your podium?
Cole Hauger. I had him winning everything, and I was talking high. I was talking so high. I came into this like, Cole got it. Cole couldn't.
I know that DQ hurt.
I think it hurt me more than it hurt him, honestly. But yeah, he's going to come back stronger in the 5,000.
Yeah, I had Nils in my podium and got a chance to hear from the mix zone. It was tough. I mean, obviously it's tough to not run the race he felt like he executed actually, but it was tough to not come in with like a win or a medal. So yeah, Nils on my podium. What about you?
I mean, I had Jake, so there's an element of peace here with this. Obviously, as a Brit, I wanted the Brits on the podium. So to have Josh injured was quite heartbreaking. But I thought Niels as well. I knew he would be in there. I thought there was no way that anybody's going to outkick him. And again, we said so many times, it's anybody's race. And it was anybody's race.
That day.
Yeah.
I didn't, in the stadium, I was watching and I went, who? And I was right at head on. I said, I had no idea who won. I too was looking up at the screen in shock.
I love it.
I'm, although Niels didn't make the podium, I'm actually super excited for him. It's these wins, these losses that really, I think, starts with the experience and like that pedigree that we all say that he has. I think this was maybe the first time we've seen a glimpse of his age in real time. But I think this is just going to add to what he can do and how competitive he will be in the future. This loss is going to mean a lot, I think, as soon as next year.
No, I'd agree. Absolutely.
All right. Men's 200. We had first rounds happen yesterday, and then we have semis happening today. My goodness. I think,
it was fast.
It was fast.
I wasn't expecting to see so many sub-20s, especially something as low as 1984.
No.
And what was scary about it is a lot of these people were like crossing the line, finishing like Brian Lavelle, for example, when he ran in 1984, it seems as though he shut it down with like 15 meters to go. He looked to his left, he looked to his right, and he was like, oh, I'm alone, all right, I got this. And then he got this in 1908. I mean, he's already clocked 19.6 this season, but how effortlessly he did it is a bit scary. But I mean, it's something to do it against a field that you're a bit better than versus like in a competition where these people are like on the same level. So I mean, we'll see how everything else shakes out. But I mean, everyone seemed pretty easy.
Yeah, I agree. I think Noah, I had a chance to talk with him. He was like, running that first round would determine how I need to run the next round. He was like, yeah, I have to run.
Yeah.
And I think we'll see that from Noah. We'll see that from Kenny because they both won their heats pretty convincingly. But what I was interested to talk to was Gout. and he's young, and he actually had to. I feel like that was his realization. I was like, oh, I'm running. Like, I'm running, and these guys are also fast.
Yeah.
He got a big cue, so we'll see him again in the semis. But he's one person I'm like, to your point, like, there's a lot of young people in this field between, like, Nils and your Coopers. It's like, what can Gal do in these 200 rounds?
Yeah, I don't know how he responds to the pressure.
Excited for him. And I think he handles it pretty well, to be honest. I think he's got a very level head on his shoulders. He's such a strong athlete at his age, which then I forget. I watched him, he came across the finish line off the bend and, sort of knelt down, did a little cross, and I sort of realized that, like, this is a minor. We're all somebody's child, but this is quite literally somebody's child.
He needs a guardian.
No, he does.
You're like, who's no? Because I was 16 at the Olympics, and I had a chaperone.
Oh.
And I think you don't realize my chaperone was strict as well.
Okay.
I remember my room was on the 3rd floor, and I looked out the window one day, and I thought, if I climb out and down maybe I'll have some fun. But it's so crazy to think that somebody is on the world stage and very powerfully on the world stage. Rather, I remember there was a lot of talk that he should have been included in sort of the mainstay races at Diamond League as opposed to the youth contingent. And I agree. I think he's earned his spot here.
I completely agree. Also, you having a chaperone, I have a question because I'm not an Olympian. So if you're a minor and you're at some Olympics, Worlds, you will most likely get a chaperone. Is it where do they go with you?
Everywhere.
Like to lunch? Clear, are we going to the track?
It's team contingent.
Okay.
So I don't know how you guys would run it at USA's, but I think also, to be fair, I was up there. I was everywhere. I was all over the place.
They said Danielle needs.
They said you need to sit down. But yeah, no, everywhere. I would wake up in the morning and my chaperone, bless him, was literally outside my door, and he would be like, "Hey, you want to go get breakfast?"
Wow.
Oh yeah.
So you had a little buddy.
Oh no, we're still friends.
Oh, okay.
No.
You made this. Yeah. Y'all, there's a man outside my door. I'm about to
No. I'm going to Fiji after this. I'm going to go see him and say hi.
I love that.
Send us some photos.
Tell him we said hi.
Yeah.
I will too.
All right, going to this women's 200 now. Once again, where do we start? I think you had a chance to talk to Melissa.
I did.
How was it?
She's in great spirits right now. So this is obviously her first race as a world champion in the one. So I think she brags a little different now. She's happy. She's calm. There's not those sense of nerves. It feels like there's a sense of relief. So with all of that pressure off, how fast can she go? She's gone 21:84 this season. Man, I think she can go a lot faster, just with what she's proven to herself and the way that she's been improving. And she's a world champion in the 100, so obviously that will translate to the 2. She said that was super important for her to show the world her versatility in sprints. And I think we're going to be seeing that. We're in for a show. And obviously, I think the competition will drive her to that point.
I'm going to ask you this because I know we have some Jamaicans in the field.
Oh, do
you
we?
think Melissa can hit a double?
Because Julian Alfred's not there, I do. And Julian Alfred was my pick to get the 200 win. I haven't seen enough of Sharika to think that. And I know in a 200 she did scratch earlier this season, but it's possible. It's very possible. It's very, very possible.
I think so too.
Yeah.
She's my pick.
Yeah.
She's and I want it for her as well. I really want her to get that double. I really want her to hold that title. I think to put together the season that she has so far, to be undefeated all the way through to Worlds is crazy. Is absolutely crazy. Yeah.
Usually this is when people would crumble after having a season like that.
Exactly.
The big stage against big competition when it's high stakes, but she did not.
Yeah, no. I want it for her.
Yeah, no, I think she can do it. And to your point,
100%.
Unfortunately with Julian out with her hamstring, Melissa, that kind of opens it up. Not that she couldn't have done it with her there,
Of
but
course,
I think
of course.
I think she can get that double.
Yeah.
Unless Sharika pops out. Sharika's very capable.
And she does that.
She's done it before. But
And this is her bread and butter. And Sharika has a 400 background. She was a 400 runner first. So, I think that's something that makes her stand out from the field. That strength that she possesses, that also matches her speed.
Yeah.
So, obviously, you never count out the reigning world champion, but it's going to be fun to watch. And I think also, if we're going to talk about people who have a lot of heart, Brittany Brown, she's running a lot different. She's not new to the world stage, but I think she's new in this capacity where she had to really work and find a different gear, but whether it was physically or just in her heart, to really make sure she got here. So she's running a little differently than she normally would.
Yeah, I think a lot of people in this field, like even in Navy battle, I feel like throughout the Diamond League circuit, she was running Diamond League after Diamond League, winning and winning and winning, and people kept being like, well, like she's not going against X, Y, and Z, but she came out here, she qualified
Against
for starters.
X, Y, and Z,
yeah, she qualified against X, Y, and Z, and then she qualified to the next round comfortably.
Yeah.
So I think she's one to watch out for. And then Thelma Davies had a chance to sit down with her. She just signed a new contract, so she finally got her pro deal. But on top of that, she's like, I dusted off the cobwebs, and now I feel like I'm actually ready to run. I'm excited.
Yeah.
The girls are running.
Yeah, I think we could pick a winner, but it's going to be a little hard to pick a podium. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
Because everybody wants it. Everybody's capable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not going to do it.
No, I'm not going to ask.
Okay,
you.
good.
it was double or no double. And
Okay,
that's all I
okay,
need.
okay.
I'm not going to put everybody on the spot like that. Yeah, I'm nice.
Okay. I love that for us.
Now I want to go into the women's 400 meter hurdles. Femke. I'll start there, and I'll save us for Dalilah because that's a sad one. But
I know.
Retirement's sad for the fans. But Femke, I'm excited. I feel like this is hers to win. I think people might try to attempt to take the podium from her, but I'm excited to watch her race. She looked really good in the rounds. Like I never doubted her. Like seeing her run. I mean, how many? I don't remember the exact number. She's won the Diamond League a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times. She has multiple diamonds.
She owns it. They should probably like put her face somewhere, like in like the
add it in the diamond and the little trophy.
Yeah. She's not losing.
Yeah.
No, she's not. And she was comfortable
Yeah.
in those qualifiers. She was, I don't know if you guys saw, but she hit a little wave with 5 meters to go to the crowd.
Okay, I didn't see that.
She did. She hadn't crossed the line yet. And she waved it and I went, oh, okay. And then I saw 52 and I went,
Yeah.
all right. She's ready.
Yeah, she hit them with the Princess Diana, and it just it was nice to see. I think to your point, she was super comfortable. I think that's what makes it like scary for the rest of the field. She runs, and it's like when she gets a tad bit pressure, she's like, oh, let me just turn it up a notch so that I can like win by such a margin. And it's like just indicative of the season she's been having.
No, I can't wait to see it. I really can't.
Now, there's Americans too. I'm going to start with Dalilah.
Okay.
At least she was in the same heat as Femke. And I think selfishly, I want her to medal.
She can.
She can medal.
Yeah.
But I know it's a selfish thing too. Like when I pick my podiums, I have so much bias in my podium picks. But I think she looked really good in these rounds. And it makes me happy though too, because when it comes to retirement, to go out on your own terms and still make finals and still be able to hit podiums and people not necessarily doubt like, oh, I don't know if she'll make it. Like I know she'll be in the final. It's just a matter of can she execute against that field. And she has the veteran status and the experience to do so. Yeah.
Your bias has a ton of validity though.
Yeah.
Like it's not even like I like her and I want her to win. She has the experience. She has the fitness. She recently changed coaches, and we've seen the switch that it's been. Like she's running a lot better than she has, I'd say, like in the last 2 years. Oddly enough, on her last lap, like I almost want her to be like, "You sure you don't want to like just come back one more year so we see you in like World Ultimates or something?" Like I might pitch it to her.
No,
if I
we
talk
should
to her.
pitch it.
I think let's pitch it.
I can make a sign and everything.
Yeah. Like sign this petition. One more year, Dalilah.
Yes.
But it has a ton of validity. You're biased because we're biased for her. She's a former world record holder, former world champion, former Olympic champion. We've seen her be competitive just throughout the years from then to now, despite her age. So yeah, I mean, like I'm with you on that.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know if you could call it bias at that point.
Right.
Obviously, we love her and she's wonderful, but she deserves to be up there. She has every right to stand there and say that she's heading for this podium. So, and I mean, the field is strong. And I will say that there are, the women, especially in the last, I would say 2 years, have just gotten faster and faster and faster. And it used to be a rarity to see that 52. And now it seems like so many more people are very comfortably sitting at that mark. I mean, we saw the South American record went in semis with Joanna Woodruff, who I went to high school with, by the way.
Oh.
I used to race her on 4x4.
Nice.
Just to throw that out there. So I was excited. I was dancing when she broke that. But, that is another 52. That is someone who has now hit that club and entered that club. And I think it's become such an incredible event to watch, to have really now the depth and the speed of that field.
Yeah, I'm excited. It was nice to see a little area record go down. And then going to the American field too, Jasmine Jones, first time making she's been to the Olympics, but first time making like a world championship team. First time making a world championship final. I'm so excited to watch her race. And then you got a chance to talk to Anna Cockrell.
Yeah.
What was that conversation like?
She was just basically saying it's amazing how fast these ladies are going. Everyone's going fast. It's like 53, 52 is almost a new norm. When once upon a time that would have just won you the Olympics. Yeah. So she's really happy with that. She's happy for the field. She's happy for herself. She's happy for her fitness. And you can see it was exuding in her smile and like the light she was speaking with. Whereas like some athletes may talk with this intensity. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but she just felt like she was just proud of the entire situation. And you don't get to see that often. So it was a really nice conversation.
I love it. All right, we're ending with the men's 400. Before we begin, these two ladies have a take. It's not that I agree or disagree necessarily, but which one of y'all want to say it?
I say, y'all know I'm a troublemaker. I want to know what's going to happen to the fans when Botswana wins that men's 4x4. That's all I'm saying.
Convince me. I mean, I know I'm a host, but I want convince me.
So 3 of the 4 legs, they will be making up the 400-meter finals, one of whom ran the world lead in the semifinals, and that 4th leg being Let's See Light Tebogo. We know what he can do in his versatility throughout all of the sprints. I think maybe what USA has over them is the depth, so I think they may be running on a bit more tired legs, having to maybe double up between like prelims and finals, but I also think that's something that's not new to them. Yeah. I think they will obviously, like, them medaling is not a question for me, but I think they can win. But we know, like, I think Team USA is a little odd right now that Ja'Cory Patterson is like the lone wolf in the 400. It's very, very odd to see, but I think the 4x4 USA always does show out. I think it's going to be a battle. I don't know if it's going to be 100. Like, it's not a clear Botswana got it, but it's not impossible. And I do think they can do it. I
think Botswana got it. I'm not going to say it's completely clear cut, but I do think, so my take, I think Botswana sweeps the podium. I think it's distinctly possible. And it's
for the men's 400 final?
Yeah.
Wait, really? Was Akiti in there?
Okay, I think Africa sweeps the podium.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, I like to assume that. Yep, Africa podium. But I think it's, and what, to speak to the growth of African sprints right now is so exciting. And I think one thing that the US has done really well for a really long time, the development of your athletes and the infrastructure that you have from, such a young age. I mean, I went to high school in the States, and that high school system that leads to NCAAs, that then hopefully carries you on to a pro career. One thing you are so good at is capturing talent at quite literally the age of like 5 or 6, and then nurturing and developing and carrying it all through the way. And that is something that specifically Botswana has started to do with the 400. And they've really built this development program. They're building the infrastructure to be able to support their athletes from a really young age to ensure that they end up in world finals and Olympic finals, to ensure that they're ending up as champions, because they have the potential and they have the talent, and I think we saw Akani Simbine and, with his, that incredible run he had at the beginning of the season with Diamond Leagues, that was insane. We have Omanyala with Kenya. There are now so many African sprinters that are coming to the fore, and I'm just so excited to see where this goes over the next couple of years.
You echoed what Wade Van Niekerk said yesterday as well. He was like, it's looking spooky out here. Yeah. Look, watch out.
He said it's looking spooky.
Well, he didn't say it's looking spooky. He did say watch out.
Wade is funny, though. Yeah. I remember I spoke to him right at the beginning of the season, and his athletics resume is something spectacular. And I said, how are you feeling about the season? And he said, do you see what these kids are doing? And I think that really sums it up, that, the kids are all right, and this upcoming class of sprinters, specifically from Africa, are going to be something powerful in the next couple of years. I mean, they are something powerful right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting.
I do want to throw in here really quick, because I feel like we didn't talk about Ja'Cory, and I think there was a point in time that in this year that we were like, oh, Ja'Cory could win this whole thing. But I think semis were a little, I feel like he had to work a little bit in the semis. Do y'all think that changes how he shows up in the final? Because I think first round he looked good. Semis, it was like, oh, other people, like, we had everybody else run faster, but it's like, will
Yeah.
he come back and perform like he normally does in the final?
I think it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
fighter.
But
I
he
mean,
wasn't on your
even for-
podium, and that's what
Listen,
scares me.
You know what? Yeah, but
Selfishly, I get it.
what do you want me to do? These are my people.
Yes, you're right.
Could you? I can't go home and turn up to the 400 final wearing a USA shirt.
Yeah. This is fair.
No, but I mean, he's such a fighter, and I mean, even his story,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and what he went through to really to achieve this dream. I think there are some people who it's not easy necessarily for anybody to end up on the world stage, but there are some people who the path is a little bit smoother for, and he fought to get here, and I don't think it's entirely possible that that semi has lit a bit of a fire in him, and maybe he'll come back and do something spectacular. I might be wrong. You don't know.
I
I
still
don't know.
think he can win.
Oh,
I still
Okay.
think he can win.
Okay.
I don't think it's impossible. Like he's my world champion pick. He's been my world champion pick since trials.
quite some time, yeah.
Yeah, I think he can still win because to your point, he is a fighter. Before he was signed, he was like waking up at 4 a.m. or like, yeah, waking up at 4 a.m. to go work at UPS, going to practice after, getting some rest, repeat. And running at this world-class level. He ran the world lead while that was his basic cycle. So I think adversity is something that's not new to him. I think maybe he realized, to your point, he had to fight a little bit. So what do we have to shift here? What do we need to do to make sure that at the very least we're on this podium, but at the very most that we take that gold medal? And I think if anyone can do it, it's him. And I think also too, he has to put on for USA. 3 out of 4, they're not here. He has to put on for USA, and I think he will do that.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Well, I can't wait to watch that final with y'all. I'm nervous.
I'm already nervous.
Yeah.
My hands are sweating.
Yeah, I'm like, it's all the things.
Can't wait.
I love it. Well, thank y'all for watching. We're here at the Brookside Parent House. We'll be back here tomorrow and the next day and the day after that. We will see y'all soon. Make sure y'all subscribe to all things FloTrack. And this is all presented by Brooks Running. Thank y'all for watching.